you.
so bad. You want to be a victim so bad.
To help me
You
out.
want to be
This
a
is
victim
exactly
so
the
bad.
conversation.
We need crowd control.
No, you
This is what we
don't.
do.
No, you
We need
don't,
crowd control.
dumbass. No, you don't.
So we are talking about January 2024, 18 months after, and we have nothing. We have no mobilization at all, and it's tragic. I want to say they think that these lives are not worth saving.
Hey, it's Jordan with Status Coup.
This is Ashley with Status Coup.
On the ground.
In Philadelphia.
Flint, Michigan. East Palestine, Ohio. Please support the leading independent news outlet on the ground.
Covering what the corporate media covers up. Hey, this is Ashley Bishop with Status Coup. I am on the ground today in Midtown Manhattan without the wonderful John Farina. He is getting a much needed break. Instead, I am joined by Spencer Snyder, a contributor to Breaking Points. So we are on the ground in Midtown Manhattan. We are outside of the home of UN General Secretary Antonio Guterres, where protesters are hoping to hand a letter from a Palestinian student who wishes to remain anonymous to the General Secretary. The student was in Gaza for 5 months of the genocide and is calling on the UN General Secretary, again, Antonio Guterres, to use his power to bring the genocide to an end. Guterres was scheduled to arrive here to his home around 6:37, but it's close to 8 now and he hasn't shown up yet. It's entirely possible that he is delayed because of the presence of protesters, but we will be hanging here on the ground waiting to see if he shows up and if the Palestinian student is able to deliver his letter. So hang with us.
Is actually a very crucial protest, and I want to say that we were delayed in starting to come out here to Antonio Guterres' place, Secretary General Antonio Guterres' place. The idea is the Secretary General has a lot of authority. He is the head of the UN. He is the chief of the UN. His mandate is to protect people that cannot be protected. People of Gaza are at the peak of that mandate. They are being slaughtered in all kinds of ways. The last of which is massive starvation. As of a few days ago, there hasn't been a single piece of bread or any food that anyone could find. I talked to people from Gaza and I was sending them money on a monthly basis so that I could help them sustain, because obviously they can't work and earn money. And it's been 22 months. And they told me, don't bother sending us money anymore. There's nothing for us to buy. There's nothing in the markets. There's nothing on the shelves. So nobody has anything anymore.
Someone had said that people are paying as much as $15 for 2 years of corn, and that price seems to be on the low end. Yeah, which is insane. So you are calling on the UN General Secretary Antonio Guterres to do something. Is there anything else on that list of things that you think that he should be doing?
Yes, absolutely. Actually, one of the key things that we've been calling for since, I think, 6 months, even then it was a bit late, is to invoke UN Resolution 377, which is called Uniting for Peace. It allows countries to form a coalition and come together and prevent the genocide at all measures. All measures includes peacekeeping forces. Peacekeeping forces should have been mobilized right after the rule of the International Court of Justice. So we are talking about January 2024, 18 months after, and we have nothing. We have no mobilization at all, and it's tragic. I want to say they think that these lives are not worth saving. But I think most importantly, actually, the reason this protest was triggered, and we had a lot of discussions before we decided to come here, and I was adamant because in the past 2 weeks, the UN Secretary General barely mentioned Gaza on his social media. He actually, since the beginning of the genocide, he did not call it a genocide. He uses a lot of different other words, but he's not using the International Court of Justice terminology of genocide.
Support this critically important on-the-ground reporting as a Status Coup member and get great perks. Become a member right here.
They're too weak to fight.
I'm respectfully going to remove myself from this conversation.
I asked you to
I did
protect
things
me,
great,
and
you did not, ma'am.
Yes, I can pull it out.
You can, and I'm not going to watch it. I just want to let you know.
Okay,
I
refusing again.
No, I'm refusing to watch something on your phone.
No, but
yes, I'm refusing to watch something on her phone.
No, I understand that. But what I'm
She's
gonna say
talking
to
about
you-
it. May I speak to you real quick? She's speaking about an incident that happened a long time ago. Okay.
Not long time ago.
And she's saying something. She's bringing up something that didn't even happen.
The protester. Oh wow,
But I'm
you
saying-
lie on
the
tape
video.
as well.
No,
I have
I'm
a
recording,
video of
and there's
it.
video
I
of
have a
it too.
video,
And I told you I'm not going to be reviewing your video.
He knocked my phone
And there was
hit me.
uniformed officers right
And,
next to me.
all of you refused to do anything with your leadership. And
I'm not
I
ma'am, I'm
spoke
not,
to you.
first of all, I'm not a boss
I
on this job.
I spoke
I am a
to you.
community affairs
I
officer.
came to you
I am not,
asking for
no,
help.
you
I
did
came
not.
to-
No, you
yes,
did
I
not.
did.
You came to me very
No.
vulgar and you
No.
said, you
No.
watch?
No.
Allow me to finish.
to you
Allow me to
vulgar.
finish.
She came to you
And this is the same conversation we had.
You want to be a victim
so This is the same conversation we had last time.
so bad. To help me
You
out.
wanna be
This
a
is
victim
exactly
so
the
bad.
conversation.
We need crowd control.
No, you
This is what we
don't.
do.
No, you
We need
don't,
crowd control.
dumbass. No, you
I came
don't.
to
This
you.
ain't a
I'm
crowd.
This
This
is
ain't a
exactly the
motherfucking crowd. This
conversation
a
that I
group.
came to you
This is a
asking
motherfucking
for
group
help.
that was peaceful to you.
So if you guys can't
inserted
hear,
yourself in
the
this shit.
community
trying-
affairs officer
Right?
is saying that the small protest in front of Antonio Guterres' home needs crowd control.
Got into one of the faces and
So you go straight up lie and shit. You go straight up lie.
no one is speaking with you.
go
No one is
straight
speaking
up
with
lie
you.
and shit.
No one is speaking with you.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, hence the reason why I
I'm
called.
sorry, officer. I need to file a official complaint. Are you in charge? Who's in charge?
Complaint for what?
Last protest, which was about 2 weeks ago,
Yeah.
I was hit by some of the anti-protesters.
Okay.
And I went to her asking for help, and she refused to protect me. She refused.
This happened
to
2 weeks
protect
ago?
me. About 2 weeks ago,
So she refused to protect you when?
during a protest. Initially that day, I was passing by, and I saw the protest, so I stopped and I started filming. And initially, she was refusing to give her badge number to one of the people. Yes.
Yes,
So
you
I
were.
started recording. I have it on
Okay,
video.
you know what? I'm gonna let you speak.
Yeah.
You
We've been asking you to let us
And then,
speak. Yes,
so
we do.
you're
Yes, we do,
also
because it's our right.
assuming I'm
It's our
wrong
right.
without
As we were.
even
As
trying.
we were.
Yes,
You
for
can
badge
back
numbers,
up
you know
now.
the
Be
cameras
professional.
She actually
Be
refused,
professional.
and my
Be
camera was on,
professional.
Okay.
Be
and I have it
professional.
on video.
Okay,
But
that's
that
fine.
wasn't the incident.
What's the
She
issue?
took a statement. She took a grudge about that, and then people hit me, knocked off my phone. And I asked for protection. And I was calling officers, and none of them would respond to my call. So then I walked up to her and asked her to help me out, to protect me, and she kept refusing. And then she said, I'm gonna remove myself from the conversation, and walked away
There's a
just
group
like
of
she
people
did
all over the
now.
place. We don't provide private security for you.
If
but
I'm beaten up, you're supposed to protect me.
Do you need an
If
ambulance?
somebody hit me, you're
How did they hit
supposed
you?
to.
Yeah,
He
you're-
hit me like that.
Were you injured?
No, but that's not the point.
Okay.
They're
Well,
not.
then we're there to keep the peace then.
So you're supposed to move him. At least move that person away from me. That's the least you could have done. But they did nothing. They did nothing, and she refused to actually listen to me and talk to me.
There's a large group, you know, there's a lot going on. We're not going to particularly
I'm
hone in
sorry,
on one
this
person.
is not
okay?
the police's job is to make sure nobody's hurt. If
Okay.
somebody hits me and damages my phone, that is an
Is your phone
assault.
broken?
That is an assault. It doesn't matter if it's broken or not. What matters is I was assaulted.
There is, let's say, overlarge amount of cops here for such a small amount of people here. I mean, I don't know.
It's actually a continuous situation where
Where's your camera? You need to get off the sidewalk. You're blocking the pedestrian sidewalk. You need to move.
I'm sorry, the sidewalk is public
You have to move.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, so just to reiterate, the cops are saying that the protesters need to get off of the sidewalk, which is obviously public property, so they can't actually ask protesters to do that. This is a very small area that everyone is in right now, and the NYPD officer is clearly not interested in having the microphone trailing him or the camera, and he keeps walking away from the protesters as they're telling him where else can we go? He's asking them to move off of the sidewalk, not step onto the sidewalk from the street, which is usual. He is saying that they can't be on the sidewalk, which is clearly where they're supposed to be right now. I mean, again, there's little more than like a dozen protesters here right now. There's really not that many people, and I don't know, it looks like police may be calling for backup here. Again, I don't know how that could possibly be justified. There's not really that much going on. I don't know.
Yesterday in Gaza, at the aid center manned by the IDF and U.S. soldiers, they told women that they could go get aid there. Please listen. Please listen. Please listen. I'm talking to you.
You know what? If you're not going to listen to that, you're not going to listen to that. How about you listen to the story of the mother who was raped in front of her husband, whose husband was shot to death for looking away from the wife that they were raping?
We are standing here. We are standing here. Please finish your story.
Don't finish your story.
These women were told that they could go get aid and it would be safe, that the soldiers wouldn't shoot them if they tried to get the aid. They tricked them and laughed at the women while they shot them dead.
They played
They
Squid
did that
Game
yesterday.
using the food distribution centers.
Yes, so this aid center in Gaza that is being run by the IDF and the U.S. military, yesterday told women to go there to get food. So it was only supposed to be women who would show up. And they made that sound like it would be safe because they had chosen to make it just for women. And what they did is they laughed at the women and they shot them dead while they were trying to get aid. So people were killed yesterday, and they were fooled. They were fooled, like as if, oh, we'll send the women in to get the food and they were assured that it would be safe for them. So they have done every war crime that one can think of to women, children, and to men. And I am here today because I have been raising money for a family in Gaza for over a year. And I have a love relationship with a man in Gaza that I've never been able to meet, but he loved the work that I was doing here for Gaza. He reached out because I made a gigantic quilt for Gaza. This is like one of the images from it. And I ended up making t-shirts and prints of the Gaza quilt that has over 100 artists from all over the world who made artwork for this in solidarity with Palestine.
That's awesome.
And so I've raised a lot of money for his family, and now he's starving to the point where he can't walk very well. And he's a pediatric dentist, a sweetheart. Like, I mean, I should not have to prove like how good the people are in Palestine. You know what I'm saying? He said that he was going to bring in peacekeeping mission, like with military force, to get Israel to stop starving Gaza before. That was in 2023, and he hasn't made good on his promise yet. And so we need him to do that. Like, it's urgent. Like,
is there
2 million people are going to die.
Is there any other way you guys can get in touch with them? Is there office or...
Nobody's listening in these ways. Like, everybody's writing letters. Everybody's calling every day, writing letters to all the different people. The thing is, they don't listen. And we're frustrated. Like, he needs to hear us. If he needs to hear this, right? Like, that's it. Like, we're frustrated. Like, he needs to do this now or else people are going to be dead. You know, my friend in Gaza, for over a year, I've been watching all the things that have been happening to him. All the family members bombed, phosphorus, so much death around him, displacement, all these different tortures. And now he's starving to death. He can't even walk. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm out somewhere every day. Like, this is so frustrating. Like, how can we do this to people?
Even if anyone is not good in Palestine, that does not mean they should be subject to a genocide. It doesn't matter. They can be any kind of person.
Right, it doesn't matter. But I've been sharing this story even when I go to sell t-shirts and stuff because this person is such a loving man and so sweet and kind. Like, he cares about how I'm doing right now. I'm like, it makes me feel so guilty. and that we can't do anything. Like everything we do is not enough. And I'm like at my wit's end over here. Like, why is nobody listening to us over the world? Like, there is a worldwide movement to try to stop this genocide, and yet these world leaders are complicit, and they're even working against us all the time. And also, like, all of the silencing in New York and in America that the Zionists have been able to do, like they lost control of the narrative, and that is why there's all this aggression right now, you know, in this city from them. Like last time we were here, there was a guy who had a sign that said "Stop the Jew Hate." And that was like really painful for me to see. It's like, I organize with a lot of Jewish people. I love Jewish people. This has nothing to do with Jewish culture to be a Zionist. And like they try to say that these things are conflated. They're not. This is a racist ideology, and they don't consider Palestinians human. And I won't be silent. I will not. You know, this is insane. And like this, we only have days to try to get something to happen here. And Antonio Guterres has promised us that he was going to do something about this, and he never did. And even on his Instagram wall, it's like all the time he's saying that this genocide needs to end, like as if he's an activist like us. So just like, you're not an activist. You have power. Do something about this right now. That's why we're here today.
It means Rose. Imagine how that little girl felt when the flames touched her in the school when 20 refugee families were taking refuge. Imagine how they feel. You feel the heat here? Imagine how they feel getting bombed every motherfucking day. Imagine how they feel getting bombed every motherfucking day. I have every right. Because she has no right to record nobody. She has no right to record nobody. And you have no right to put your hands on nobody. You fucking dumbass fucking cunt.
No.
Put your hands on.
You're being peaceful right now. No, hold on.
You're not going to assault nobody.
You're getting on people's faces right here.
We are exercising our right to record.
fucking touch anyone.
He's getting on people's faces right here. You don't do that. We are having a conversation like civil humans, like we are. So why can't you guys have a conversation? We're here to have a conversation. You guys here? I'm here to protect you guys' rights to protect.
We don't want to clash with the police.
So why can't you have a conversation?
Please, we haven't.
You're not having a conversation with us.
Yes, not today. Not today, because there's a youth from Gaza. We don't want to jeopardize it, please.
If they're being violent towards us, it's okay to clash with them.
I'm sorry?
What do you think we're protesting right now?
I understand that. So I'm trying to protect you guys from doing your protest. But do it the right way. That's why I'm asking. That's all.
How are we doing it the wrong way?
You cannot
What
be.
is the right way?
Listen, but let me. Can I talk? Can I talk? Can I talk?
Babies are
Can I talk?
dying. Well, he's uncomfortable. Babies are dying.
I understand. No. You guys can chant all you want. That's fine. And be loud. That's fine. Listen, can I explain? You don't want to listen. So I'm not going to talk to you. Yes, okay. You don't want that in your home. Nobody to ring in your doorbell. That's your home. You can. That's all the way. She wants. Okay, let me. Ma'am.
You're not talking to me because I'm holding you fucking accountable.
He's not listening to me ring his doorbell.
No, not if they don't want to, ma'am. I'm sorry. That's harassment. I'm sorry. You cannot. No. Fine. Listen.
We are asking the UN Secretary General to come out and take a letter from the youth from Gaza.
If I'm telling you, they called 911. They don't want to talk to you guys.
So he is refusing to take a letter from the youth from Gaza.
I don't know who's refusing, who's not. Somebody's calling from this address.
But you realize this is going to get him in trouble with the whole world.
Mail it in. That's fine.
No, it doesn't work that way.
They don't want nobody at their doorstep. You can mail it in. Mail it in.
I'm
sorry?
They clearly said they don't want to receive a letter.
They don't want nobody at their doorstep.
You harassed and assaulted people. You imprisoned people. Instead of condemning genocide, instead of condemning the people who are pitting you against people who look and act and come from the communities that you come from.
Because you are Holocaust deniers. and your fucking grandchildren will be so fucking humiliated to have you related to them.
You're all women. I want to tell you.
Why are we protecting
Hold on.
this?
Hold on. I want to tell you what happened yesterday because you're all women.
Palestinians are the software engineers who invent things in the midst of a genocide, in the midst of 80% plus infrastructure collapse. These are the people that you are supporting the extermination of. This is what you call progress? This is what you call advancement? This is not that. This is not that. This is genocide. This is human depravity. It's pure fucking evil, and you support it, you embody it, you defend it, and you are it. Shame on all of you. Shame! Shame!
You know, I just wanted to mention, too, that we were here a few days ago covering a similar protest that was calling for the same things, you know, outside of Antonio Guterres' house, again, calling for all of this. And part of what is unique about today is that one of the people who are here is a, you know, young man who is Palestinian. He was in Gaza for 5 months. He is here to deliver a letter to Antonio Guterres, and that's part of, you know, what people are calling for, to have him come outside of his house and receive this letter from someone who has been subject to a genocide for 5 months. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Absolutely. When the genocide started, I think there was a big panic, to say the least. Everybody was just horrified, actually. We were speechless. We didn't know what to do. A month in, when we saw the strong bombardment and we saw that this is going to continue for a month, initially we thought it's just another, not that just another is a bad way of saying it, but initially we thought they're going to bomb Gaza so badly, but for a few weeks, and then stop, just like the 6 wars before, or the 6 bombings that took place before. After a month, we realized, oh, this is real, and this is the end. They are there to destroy. They were sending 2,000-pound bombs to destroy Gaza. There's no other reason to send these bombs but to destroy Gaza. So this is where we started mobilizing all our efforts in getting people out. I actually had a colleague that I studied with back in the days when I did my master's, and he was from Gaza. He was doing his undergrad when I was doing my master's, and that's actually how I'm connected to the circle. And he was, we kind of all looked out for him at the time, because even then, there were campaigns of huge bombings on Gaza every few years. And initially it was every few years, then it became every 2 years, and then it became every year.